and I was living through the book till midnight, and I could cover all 9 chapters, and it was very interesting. So this book is a very reader friendly in the sense that it can be read by even a layman or even someone who is not very much into academics. So it is also more like a novel in the sense that it is very reader friendly, as I had pointed out. So I'm not going to necessarily delve into every nitty-gritty of these chapters, but rather I'll try to summarize briefly. Otherwise, for those of you who are going to grab this copy, might not want to reread the book and just depend on me. So I have to leave some portions for you to do your own homework. I am no authority to really give remarks or comment on Anglo-Kuki War as such, but through my bits and pieces, the past few years, I have also researched some bit on the Anglo-Kuki War, and I was also very much happy that I'm sure Colonel Vijay might have referred one of my essay revisiting the military of the the role of song in Anglo-Kuki War, and I have co-edited with my colleague Dr. DL Against the Empire. So through all these exercises, I have also learned a lot about my own society, myself, and in all throughout the book, what is amusing and interesting is that Colonel Vijay tried to portray that how two belligerent groups fought each other. That is, on the one hand, the British military, who has a global presence in different colonies across the world, and enough resources, and also much more powerful weapons and arms and ammunitions. And on the other hand, the Kukis, who actually have nothing except their pride and a sense of tribal loyalty. So time and again he happens to mention this, and which is very convincing. And he also did mention that this war has really something to do with their tribal loyalty and pride, and the young warrior who symbolized the Kuki spirit. And as he rightly pointed out, it was a war which continues for more than 2 years, and one could keep thinking that what could have really put the Kukis to continue for such a longer durations or period. And from as a military man and someone who have that experience as a warrior, I would really say that he is the best man to really write about the Kuki warrior. And in one of the chapters, he also outlined about the terrain, the geography, the topography, where the Kukis had used in their advantage about the hilly terrain. And imagine, like 100 years back, the situations in the hills of Manipur, as you can see, could have been much more, very dense jungle, and then there are no roads. So one could really imagine the situations or the kind of columns and operations which might have taken place. So one thing which stands different from other accounts is that of Dr. Chenji, is that most of the colonial narratives, if you look at, and whether it's in the archive in British Library or whether in the National Archive, many of the accounts are in some way about belittling the Kuki War as a rebellion or an uprising. And this also is very much true because most of these are based on the Western civilizational discourse. Something which is non-Western is often perceived as uncivilized, barbaric, or so and so forth. So therefore, this book stands out from that. And one could also say that trying to belittle this rebellion as an uprising or so and so forth is also to justify the military action against them. So this is something which the author himself has also pointed out. And here he has also briefly discussed about the history and genesis of the problem by trying to outline the political situations before the war, by setting the